This is a sign that you should start pole dancing. Hey guys, what's up? I hope all of you guys are doing well and taking care of you guys. Taking care of yourself? Wow, just straight up fails. Yeah. So today's video is going to be a video on the beginning of my pole dancing journey, or like how I got into pole dancing, just the beginning stages, how I heard of pole dancing, when I started. I don't know if anyone's gonna actually find this interesting, but I know that I find it sort of interesting to hear about other people's stories, like, you know, how did they hear about pole dancing, what made them actually go, because a lot of people talk about wanting to try, but they never really get around to it. And then also just hearing about people's like beginning experiences, like, you know, getting hooked on pole. A lot of people say they get hooked, like the first class, you're like, I'm hooked, like I'm gonna just go like every day. Yeah, I don't know, it's just interesting to hear. So I hope you guys enjoy hearing my story, and I would love to hear you guys' stories in the comments down below. But yeah, so I'm just gonna tell you guys my story, and then I'm also gonna be going through some old Instagram posts on my Instagram, just kind of taking it way back to when I started. Anyways, so my story is, it must have been probably a cold day in January 2016. I don't know if it was actually in January, but I do know I was sitting at a cafe with my friend Rachel that I actually we lived in a double dorm together. It was probably, I'm guessing it might have been a Friday, it probably wasn't, but I'm just picturing myself. Every Friday I had a routine. I'd get poutine and sangria at this restaurant that we had a meal card for. That's just the picture I have in my head. It could have totally been a different day, but anyway, so we were talking, and somehow, I don't even know how it got brought up, but somehow she brought up, or I brought up, I don't know who brought it up, but someone brought up pole dancing, and we both were like, oh my god, I've been kind of wanting to try that. It was super random. I don't know how it came up in conversation, but it came up and we were both super excited. And I remember, I don't know if it was the same night. You know, your memory is just kind of like after like a couple of years, you don't really know the timeline of events. But I think it was the same evening we went back to our dorms where we lived together, and I remember watching like pole dancing videos, and specifically watching a pole dancing video by Janine Butterfly where she danced to the song The Dog Days Are Over by Florence, I think. I'll link the video up here, but I remember distinctly watching that video and just being like, I want to do that. First thought was like, how is that possible? Like, I didn't know what I was looking at. I'm like, how is this possible? Like, cause she's like crazy good at pole dancing. I think she's pretty well known, Janine Butterfly, in the pole dancing community, but I was just like mind blown. I was like, whoa. Maybe I'll put in some clips without the music in it because I don't want to get copyright claimed. But yeah, I just remember being like, whoa, I need some of that, like, or not some of her, but I need some of that pole dancing. And I don't know, I feel like that something just clicked in me, and in that moment on, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna learn how to do these things. I've not learned how to do all of the things she can do. Like, I'm not that strong yet, but I just was like, there was a moment of like, whoa, this shit's possible, and whoa, I wanna do this shit. Like, I don't know. So that is sort of that little meal. Picturing myself with the poutine and my sangria. Every Friday I'd have poutine and sangria. Picturing myself there with her, and we talked, and I think we went back and I watched Janine Butterfly, and I was just like, yes, I need some of that. I like pole dancing. I don't know if that why did I say that again? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, me and her ended up going together to a pole dancing studio, and I actually remember, I think the first class we came late to because it was hard to find out like where it was. I obviously don't really remember the exact first class, but I remember the beginning phases just being super exciting, like starting something new, and I just had a feeling I'd love it. Like, and it was just so exciting and new, obviously, and just like looking at the people that could do cool things. I just remember being like, whoa, that's so cool. Like, it's so cool. Like, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but I almost get excited talking about it. I just remember that feeling and like looking up to the, you know, literally looking up to the people that were up on the pole. I'm like, whoa, like I want to do that one day. And like, and then, you know, as you go along, you start learning those one days, you start learning those things, and it's just cool to like, I just felt like at home or something. I just felt like a little monkey and just like, yeah. And so I did get hooked pretty fast. Yeah, obviously I'm still doing it. I definitely haven't always done it as consistently, especially the past like 2 years with my injury and lockdown. So I've been to like 4 different studios ever since I started pole dancing. The first studio, I didn't quite develop a sense of community quite at that studio. I wasn't there for too long. Actually, I was there for like a year at least. Then we moved to that studio moved to a really small studio, and we were just a little group, like a tiny group of like intermediate or like upper level pole dancers for that studio, and it was just like we were like a little family and everyone knew each other by our names, and I don't know, I just remember that little studio, and I just cherished that studio. I'm sort of going into my pole dancing journey now, but I'm just gonna mention this one thing. I actually also was training to be an instructor at that studio, and so I had my own keys at the second studio I'm talking about. I had my own keys and I could go train by myself, which was sick. I wish I had that opportunity now, like to have keys to a studio and go and train by myself. But then that studio closed, and I never actually became an instructor, but it was kind of cool. Like one of the instructors asked if I wanted to be an instructor, which was kind of cool to be approached like that. But yeah, that was like in short how I feel like that was sort of anticlimactic, like I don't know. But I hope you found that interesting. For me, it was sort of random with my friend. She just brought it up and we were like, okay, let's go, and we went. You know, I'm wondering if I never had that little that conversation with my friend that day, like would I have started pole dancing? Like would I have ended up doing it? You know what I mean? I'm so fucking glad that it happened. So now I just want to go for some old pictures and videos from when I first started pole dancing on my Instagram, which is @MariaChristina if you guys want to follow me. I'm gonna try to do screen recording because I literally just found out how to screen record on my iPhone after having an iPhone since like middle school. So let's go back in time to, I think it was 2016 I started. I don't even know if I mentioned that. I started in, I think it was winter 2016, like January, February, something like that. So the very first picture I have on my Instagram that involves me in a pole is actually a drawing of me on a pole. This is actually at like a strip club. Yeah, we were just a bunch of friends, went to a strip club, and this guy in our friend group, well, he's not really, he's like an acquaintance at this point. Anyways, he wanted to draw me, and so he did. He even drew my little penguin socks there on the bottom, so yeah. I just started pole dancing, like I couldn't do anything at this point. So the first actual picture of me pole dancing that I posted is this one where I just learned how to climb. That is such an exciting moment when you have learned how to climb. Now I don't know how fast I posted this after I'd done it, but it says I did it 8th of April 2016. So, but yeah, look at me. I look so happy. Also, I can tell my body looks different. Like my body looks not as muscular, or like, I don't know. But look at my foot. It's just like a fucking duck foot. Like, hello? One of the first achievements in pole dancing is I'm filming.
Oh, sorry. Since you get that energy drink, can I take this one?
That is yours, isn't it?
Oh, okay, well. Cool.
Beach! Fuck, now I lost my train of thought. Well, I'm just gonna move on from this picture because I don't think I really had anything more to say. Next one is me street polling, probably going out somewhere because I went out quite a bit when I first started university. Like, holy fuck. This is 14th of April 2016. I kind of have a thing for poles. Wow, I was like insinuating things there. As if no one could tell. Like, yeah, you're so mysterious, Maren. Like, Here's when I first, like, I guess learned, like, some spinning moves. This is, like, a backward spin. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good, except I feel like I could have pointed my toes more. But you can always point your toes more in pole dancing. Wait, I think this is actually when I first learned to climb properly. I think the other one might have just been, like, you know, like, not an actual climb, but I just, like, was standing there, if you know what I mean. But look at me climbing, like, look at my foot, little duck foot. Like, hello? What are you doing? Excuse you? It's so ducky. But yeah, look at that. Like, it's like ducky throughout the whole thing. Anyways, 20th of May 2016, I think, instead might have been when I first started, like, climbing. Now I whip around the pole climbing. Like, I can climb pretty good now. It's funny how your body just, like, learns that, you know? Just me casually doing a split. I've always been pretty flexible with my splits for no reason. I was just born like that. Like, okay, like, go off. Just kidding. Go off, God. Like, I'm not complaining. Actually, I might have hypermobility, so in a way I am complaining. Fuck with me and I'll kick you in the face. That's what I wrote. It was so badass, guys. We're kind of past the very beginning now. I think I didn't pole dance for a little bit that summer. I'm not sure. Like, I wish I would have consistently have been doing it for like the years I've been doing it, because I would have been way better now if I had been very consistent the whole time. But I think around like 2018 was when I started doing more. 2018 to 2019 I was doing it quite regularly, and then I had my injury, and now it's fucking 2021 all of a sudden. So like, anyways, here's another one. 25th of October 2016, a little spinny winny. That's weird. That spin, yeah. I love spins like that, where you like just spin around. Oh, ooh, look at me doing an invert! Oh my god! Oh my god, my invert looked really bad, but still, like, that must have been around when well, it wasn't a proper invert, it wasn't like a chopper, but I did an invert. Oh my god! I want to see it again. Wow. But yeah, that was not like a problem. I actually struggled a lot with getting a proper invert, like an actual, like, where you're going to the V or like the chopper. I would always jump into it, and yeah, that was a big one for me to learn. Anyways, I don't think I wanna, here's another one, just doing the splits on the pole. Ooh, I remember learning this one, this layback. It was so scary. Now I can just like, oh, look at that, isn't that pretty? This one's actually a pretty picture. Ooh, I used to think I looked so muscular here. I mean, I still kind of look muscular. I think it's just the lighting in the picture. Like, I'm not that strong, actually. I'm still not that strong, I feel. Anyways, before I end this video, I just want to say I wasn't joking when I said this is a sign that you should start pole dancing. If you're someone watching this that's just looking into pole dancing, you know, doing a little YouTube search, trying to, like, look at people's pole journey, and just you keep not going. I mean, now during lockdown, you probably can't go anywhere. But once it opens again, go try pole dancing. You will not regret it. Just do it. I know a lot of the time we can kind of make, I hate to say make excuses, but it is sort of making excuses. Like, we are like, oh, well, I want to like get flexible first and I need to be strong and blah blah blah. You build that when you do pole dancing, so start doing it now. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to hear you guys' stories in the comments down below about how you started. Did you hear it from a friend? Was it really random? Like, I love it when it's like, it's such a random thing. Like, I know it's sort of tangent, but Janine Butterfly, she talks about in the pole dancing documentary, Up Here, or that I have a review of up here. She talks about how, you know, she just found it, like, she watched a stripper one night randomly and she just got mesmerized and she was like, I need to do that. And that's similar to me, ironically. I watched Janine Butterfly and I'm like, I want to do that. So yeah, I just want to hear you guys' story. Please, pretty please, follow me on Instagram at Mary Christina if you guys want. And I just want to remind you guys to always be the light you guys want to see in the world and to have a great day. I don't know why I'm so awkward in the ends, okay? Bye, guys.